The Bowers Wilkins PX8 might just be the best headphones that you've never really thought about. When you're dropping serious cash on headphones, you want the best one. But what if the best isn't always the loudest one that's shouting in commercials or that you see on airplanes all the time? Today, we're going to be diving deep into the PX8, a pair of headphones that literally ooze luxury. My big question is, though, are they a hidden gem in a super crowded market of noise cancelling over ears, or are they just another pricey toy with David Beckham's face on it? I've spent the last month with these guys, so let's unpack it. Bowers & Wilkins, or B&W, they aren't the new kid on the block. They know a thing or two about making things sound good, right? These guys have been crafting high-end audio gear for decades. Think of the kind of speakers that you'd find in world-famous recording studios like Abbey Road. That's B&W, that's Bowers & Wilkins. And these PX8s are their top-of-the-line wireless noise-cancelling headphones. They're for people who really care about sound quality, who appreciate when something is built to last and aren't afraid to spend a little bit more to get a premium experience. That's clearly the idea here. But let's talk about what's inside, and I'll keep it simple. The magic really starts with what they call 40mm carbon cone drivers. Now, carbon cone sounds fancy, and it kind of is. Imagine the part of the headphone that actually makes the sound, the driver. You want it to be super light so that it can move back and forth really fast to create crisp, clear notes. But you also want it to be incredibly stiff so it doesn't bend or wobble or distort the sound. It would actually make the sound muddy. Carbon fiber is amazing for this. It's light, it's super strong, and this means that the PX8s are built to deliver sounds that are incredibly detailed and true to what you experience in real life. Then there's the feel of them. Like we're talking soft Nappa leather on the ear cups and on the headband over here, and arms that are made from die-cast aluminium. This is my favorite part. These are really beautiful arms, and they feel premium in a way that like a lot of other headphones don't. I guess Apple have set the tone here with this kind of design. When you pick them up, they don't feel like cheap plastic. They feel substantial, like a quality piece of audio. And they also have active noise cancelling. They've also got a battery that's rated for about 30 hours, which is pretty solid. I haven't ever come to a situation where I've run out of battery, but I have a very good habit of swapping it and putting it on charge and switching it off when I'm not using it. And they connect to your phone or your tablet or whatever device you're using, laptop, using Bluetooth 5.2 with something called aptX Adaptive. Now, all aptX Adaptive means for you is that it tries to give you the best possible sound quality wirelessly and also helps keep the audio in sync if you're watching videos or playing, games with your phone. But, and it's a big but here, all this fanciness comes with a pretty premium price tag. Like, we're talking top tier, flagship money. This is an expensive set of headphones. And that's a big reason why some people might pause. This brings us to the core here. Like, are these underrated for their price bracket? Like, they tick all the boxes, but no one's really wearing them that I've seen in public. And there seems to be a lot of other really good headphones on the market, industry leading, that are cheaper. When you look at the headphone market, it's absolutely dominated by a couple of really big names. You've got Sony with their XM series, you've got Bose with their Quiet Comfort headphones, and of course, like we spoke about earlier, Apple with the AirPods Max. These brands are everywhere. Every flight you take, every commuting, you see them. People are using them all over the show. Their marketing budgets are huge, like they are massive, and they've become the default choice for so many people because of that. Just think about it. When was the last time you saw a massive billboard or viral TikTok campaign for a set of Bowers & Wilkins headphones? I haven't. Probably not recently, if ever. Bowers & Wilkins tend to be a little bit more understated in their approach, even though the logo is pretty big side. They rely on their heritage, right? People know this brand from other old school audio things, not this new generation of people that are buying headphones. So that makes a huge difference. This heritage is their reputation, and their reputation among audiophiles is huge. And the sheer quality of their products that they have is supposed to do the talking. But in a noisy world, a quiet voice, even if it's saying something amazing, can really get drowned out. And finally, we live in an age of feature wars. Brands love to shout about all the little software tricks and AI smarts that their gadgets have. Maybe the PX8 doesn't list as many whiz-bang features like on the box as some competitors do, but they're focused more on perfecting the core experience of using them, the sound and the build quality. Those two things are like the core of these headphones. Rather than packing in every conceivable bell and whistle, the sound quality, it's good. Let's chat about it. This is where the PX8 truly throws down the gauntlet. If you care about how your music actually sounds, these are a revelation for many people. Bowers and Wilkins have tuned these headphones to be incredibly detailed, balanced, and engaging. Like, just imagine closing your eyes and feeling like the singer is right there in the room with you, or just hearing details and songs that you've listened to 100 times. Even wall of sound music, stuff like, you know, like Linkin Park or something where there's just like the mix is just like in front of your face. You can hear each of those instruments. If you've got old music that you want to re-listen to, these are great. And also, one of the things that I'm really surprised by is the fact that it's encoding MP3s, and MP3s obviously sound worse than raw files. They do such a great job at, I don't know if they're EQing those MP3s before they get to us, but like, they just sound so good, especially when I'm streaming off something like Spotify. They're not about a massively boosted bass, so you're not going to see a lot of that. It's not about making your skull rattle, and it doesn't drown out everything else. Nor are they like about that overly sharp high end that can sound like tinny or tiring after a long time of listening. I think a lot of cheaper headphones have that. Instead, you get a sound that feels natural. It feels rich and spacious. It feels like it's occupying like the space around you. I must say, it did feel a little bit disconcerting, because it does feel like you've stepped into another room, but in the real world, especially if you're listening to live music, it's like half your senses are somewhere else and half your senses are in another place. So it's great. I mean, I'm sure I can nitpick that a little bit more, but I'm talking about the experience of using them, and that was the experience that I've had. The vocals, if you're listening to the sound of the vocals, they come through with amazing clarity. Instruments sound distinct and well separated, and the bass is deep and impactful, but also tight and controlled. It's not just a loose sound that's just shaking everything around you. It's there where it needs to be, but it doesn't go around bullying the rest of the music. Whether you're into classical music and you want to hear every nuance of the orchestra, like intricate jazz, powerful rock anthems, or even just like bass-heavy electronic music, the PX8 handles them all with like a grace and authority that's hard to find. That carbon cone driver that we talked about earlier, this is where it earns its keep. It's like having a high-performance engine in a car, and it just delivers power and precision effortlessly. Many reviewers and other users say that the PX8 offers a more audiophile or hi-fi sound than many of the other mainstream competitors. It's less about processed sound and more about honest, engaging reproduction. It's the kind of sound that makes you want to rediscover your entire music library, or if you are somebody that just loves to sit and listen to music. Some people don't like that sound. They want it to be EQ'd in just a certain way. You can do that in the app, of course, but you might be able to, if you're destroying the sound with an EQ that is going to drop the sound quality, if that's it was unnecessary to get those high ends and those lows, then maybe get a cheaper headset. But if you care about that hi-fi sound, the moment you take the PX8 out of the box, you understand where some of that money goes. These headphones scream quality. The leather is soft to the touch. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's soft and super comfortable. I don't know if they've got memory foam in here, but it just feels great. And so these ear cups as well, they really also help contribute to that noise cancelling by just really sucking onto your face. And I feel like I haven't felt sweaty in them or anything, but I'm not sure I would use these for going to gym. Then there's the metal. This is my favorite part of the whole design completely. The diecast aluminium arms over here that hold up the head cup feel so sturdy. I don't feel like I can break them. They feel like they're not going to scratch. They're just absolutely beautiful. They don't pick up fingerprints. They're absolutely stunning. And also they contribute, I guess, to that coolness, but they don't feel heavy on your head either. There are no creaks or cracks like cheap plastic would feel. It's beautiful. Every adjustment point that they've added into this thing feels precise. It feels engineered. It's a beautiful piece of kit. It's the kind of build that makes you confident that these headphones are going to last you for many, many years. I am worried a little bit about the leather, but I know a lot of these things can be replaced. I actually double check that, but I think you can get some of the stuff replaced. But you're not going to want to jump on an annual cycle looking for better headphones. This is going to be something that probably stays in your family for a very long time. Even the design itself is a statement. Look, it's small, it's elegant and sophisticated. It doesn't look flashy. And to be honest with you, I think it really looks good on my head. Like, it's a lot of headphones make you look like an idiot. They also look like serious audio equipment. It's just and not just a fashion accessory in and of itself that just happens to play music. They're a little bit understated in that way too. Like a quiet wealth. It's available in a couple of colors. This one is the black one, obviously. And they really do, from a design perspective, have a timeless appeal. I don't think this is ever going to go out of fashion. It's got really good clamping force that's secure, but it doesn't crush your skull. And the ear cups that are spacious, and they just fit over your ear so perfectly. I mean, they really are perfect for my head, and I'm pretty certain for most ears as well. It's a holistic luxury experience. Like, they sound amazing, and they feel amazing to hold and to wear, and they really feel like you've invested in a premium product. The PX8's ANC is very good. It does an excellent job of reducing consistent low-frequency noises like a rumble of a train, or the drone of an airplane engine if you're flying, or the hum of an air conditioner if you're working in an office, and it creates a much quieter canvas for your music to shine. That was actually the main thing. It is up there with the undisputed kings of noise cancellation, and I think that's due to these ear cups. It's going to be a personal thing, but this does an extremely good job. Maybe it's not quite as good as some of those. Potentially it's up there. Some reviews that I've seen out there for blocking out sudden sharp noises or human voices, other headphones have a slight edge, and I kind of agree with them. I think the Bose might have that slight edge over here. The big sudden loud noises do crop up quite quickly, but just the actual drone of things around you kind of disappears. But here's the thing, the PX8 ANCs are more than capable for most real-world situations. If that's your primary reason, not audio quality, maybe head over to... It makes commuting more peaceful, flights a little bit more enjoyable, and noisy environments like working in an office with an air conditioner or whatever the case is, or noisy PC, way less distracting. And importantly, Bowers and Wilsons have implemented the ANC in a way that doesn't seem to negatively impact the sound quality, obviously, because that's their thing, which can sometimes be an issue with other headphones where the ANC can make the music sound a little bit processed or artificial because it's you know that sound. It sounds like you're in a box. With the PX8, the music still sounds rich and natural, even with the ANC working hard. It's 2025, we got to talk about a headphones app. Okay, so the app lets you tweak a couple of settings, allows you to check the battery life, manage the connections that it's got. It's functional and does what it needs to do. Some might find it a little bit basic compared to the feature-packed apps from Sony or Sennheiser, which offer extensive EQ, sound personalization tests. Denon does that as well, and all sorts of other widgets. The PX8 app is a lot more straightforward. For some, like I've mentioned earlier, this is a plus. There's less fuss, less to fiddle with. For others who love to tinker, it might feel a little bit light on options. Call quality is generally decent. I've had some really good calls, including some radio interviews that I've done, and they sound great. People will be able to hear you clearly in most environments. And sometimes I was even doing the dishes and they were still on the other end of the phone, not mentioning it or talking to me, so that sounds great. And they didn't ask me to repeat myself, which often happens when I've got headphones in. But it's probably not going to win any awards for the absolute best microphone performance in a noisy street, right? Okay. Again, it feels like Bowers prioritized the listening experience above everything. They do have wear detection, which I find really cool. So the music pauses when you take them off or you lift up a cup, and then resumes when you put them back on, which is a really nice touch. There's also multi-point Bluetooth, allowing you to connect to two devices at once, like your phone or your laptop, which is super handy. They don't play at once. Can't wait for that technology to hit, but you can hot swap between them, which is really cool. The negative thing here is I feel like you have to, it's not really reliable. You often have to go to the app to do it. I would like it to be a little bit more smarter as to know what is the device I'm using, and to swap to that music. But I don't know. I think this is a Bluetooth issue across the board. Here's a quick mic test.
So this is a quick mic test to see what this sounds like. Just so you know, this is through the camera app. It should be very similar when transmitting through a phone call. So this is a good indication for you as to how it sounds.
No headset is perfect. I've waxed lyrical about this, PX8 for a while. There's no exception to this one. And the most obvious hurdle, and we've mentioned it a couple of times, is the price. These are a serious investment. They are expensive. And that alone will put them out of reach for a lot of people considering buying headphones. You have to be someone who prioritizes and really prioritizes their top tier sound. Like, you've got to be doing that kind of person. And of course, the build, like you've got to be prioritizing that to justify the spend when very good alternatives are available for less, including the PX8. While the ANC is good, if your number one priority is the most powerful noise cancellation on the planet to make you sound like you're in a sound deprivation chamber, this isn't it. There are a couple of other models of headphones that can do that, and they'll probably pip the PX8, well, they won't make you sound like you're in a deprivation channel, but they have really good noise cancelling, active noise cancellation. So you might want to consider one of these, although these are very good. It's more for people maybe on the spectrum or have extreme extraneous scenarios that they would like noise cancellation in. And as mentioned, if you love an app with a million features and customization options, or if you need absolutely flawless business grade microphone qualities for constant calls, like in loud environments, if you are taking your laptop to to a restaurant and having Zoom calls, don't do that. But if you have to, the PX8 is more of a specialist musical enjoyment device than it is a all singing, all dancing communication. But these downsides are often about trade-offs and what you prioritize. I think it boils down to this. In today's tech world, we're often sold like a story of more is better, like more features, more AI, more connectivity options, more buttons, more app controls. We're conditioned to look at a spec sheet and count the bullet points. But what if the most important features can't be easily quantified on a spec sheet? Like, how do you measure the feeling you get when a piece of music that truly touches you and really touches your soul because it's rendered with such clarity and passion, like, makes you feel? How do you quantify that? How do you put a number on the satisfaction of owning something that feels like it's going to last a lifetime? You know, they aren't trying to win a spec sheet war. It's not a Swiss Army knife crammed with every conceivable tool in its box. Think of it more as a perfectly balanced, razor-sharp chef's knife. It's designed to do one primary thing: deliver your music with breathtaking fidelity. And it does that with exceptional skill. The problem, though, isn't with the PX8. It's with the market that sometimes forgets, it's us, that the core purpose of a headphone is their supposed flaws, like a simpler app or ANC that's only like 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10 for some reason, like pale in comparison to their incredible strengths, like in their sound and their build, especially for somebody who truly values those aspects. They're for somebody that understands craftsmanship, for somebody who understands that true quality comes at a premium and who wants an audio experience that's less about fleeting tech trends and more about timeless performance. If you're someone who closes their eyes and just wants to get lost in the music and to feel every pluck of a guitar string, every breath of a vocalist, every beat of the drum as if it's happening live right now, then the PX8 demands your serious consideration. They are an investment for sure, but it's an investment in your daily joy, in your passion for music, in owning something genuinely special. And they prove that sometimes the quietest voices have the most beautiful things to say. They're not just headphones, they're an experience. I'll see you in another video. Cheers.